When someone feels you every moment, the presence becomes palpable, even though invisible, creating a constant, almost dreamlike impression that lingers in the air. This feeling is not a coincidence or the result of mere desire, but a deep reverberation that arises from subtle, intangible forces that intertwine two lives in an irrefutable way. Some believe that this connection, when it occurs, is born from energies beyond rational understanding, as if the souls had met in another time or dimension, and the reunion now rekindles a connection that never truly dissolved. Encounters that mark intensely are experiences that cross our conscious mind, reaching a deeper level where time and space lose relevance. On these occasions, an exchange of energy happens in silence without the need for words or gestures, as if the souls communicate directly in a dialogue that escapes the limits of common perception. This person who feels you, who perceives you beyond the physical, is connected to you on a level that expands across layers, touching parts of your being that you might not even know. This presence that remains, that hovers, is actually the manifestation of a bond that defies logic and goes beyond ordinary definitions. Thought is a force that, when intensely focused, transforms into energy that reverberates, reaching those it is destined for. Even at a distance, when someone thinks of you intensely and constantly, this energy finds a way to reach you, creating a sensation that can be as tangible as a touch. This thinking, this feeling, creates an invisible bridge that unites two minds, two hearts. No matter how life imposes barriers, this energy remains circulating between you, like a continuous current that does not dissolve with time, but, on the contrary, seems to strengthen. The human heart, when deeply connected to another, emits a frequency that is not merely sentimental, but spiritual. There exists a unique energy that forms between two hearts bound by true affection, an energy that vibrates at the same frequency and manifests as a constant sensation of presence. It is as if the heart, even in silence, emits a subtle call, a frequency that harmonizes with the other. This invisible presence that is felt, this sensation that seems to never fade, is proof that love, affection, and the desire for closeness possess a power that transcends physicality. For those with heightened intuitive sensitivity, capturing another person's energy becomes a natural, almost inevitable act. It is as if the mind and heart function as antennas, constantly tuning in to the other's frequency, picking up emotions, thoughts, and even the silences that are present. This psychic sensitivity manifests as a perception that cannot be explained, but is felt in the core of one's being, a sort of constant alert, a premonition that unfolds and reveals the presence of the other, even if they are far away. When two souls share a mission, a purpose, or even an ancient promise, the connection between them becomes inevitable, remaining active throughout their lives. Perhaps you and this person are united by a purpose that goes beyond ordinary understanding, something that unconsciously guides your actions, drawing you closer in mysterious ways. These purposes do not need to be clear, but their existence is revealed in the fact that both of you feel each other at all times. It is as if this bond were a latent memory, something that lies in the depths of being and, from time to time, awakens, reminding the other of their presence, of their importance, of their connection. The fact that this person constantly feels you is not a mere reflection of ordinary feelings. It is in reality an expression of the strength of the invisible bonds that unite two souls and keep the flame of connection alive. When she thinks of you, this energy is sent through the universe, and somehow you receive it. As inexplicable as this sensation may be, there is a silent acknowledgement that you also feel something, that this energy reaches your heart, provoking an echo, a call, a presence that simply does not fade. These encounters are the ones that leave deep marks, the ones that have the power to shape our lives and transform us. This sensation of being constantly felt by someone is a sign that there is an exchange of energies, a spiritual bond that defies the limitations imposed by time and distance. Whether through the subtle presence that you feel around you, the thoughts that arise without warning, or the inexplicable warmth that heats your heart, this connection remains alive, proving that there are bonds that never break. It is a link that exists beyond what is seen, a force that guides two lives and reveals the essence of what it truly means to love and be loved. The depth of this connection is like an energetic field that pulses, that lives, and that doesn't need words to manifest itself. When someone feels you at every moment, this presence crosses the boundaries of an ordinary relationship and reveals a bond that can be unique because even in the midst of silence, it carries within it a voice, an unspoken intention, a memory that resonates within the one who feels it. It is the living and incessant energy of a bond that moves through the invisible, and that in its very nature reveals the essence of a spirituality that involves not only bodies but also souls, intertwining them in a constant, almost eternal movement. This person who feels your presence is not just experiencing a fleeting memory or a momentary desire. What they are experiencing is a connection that fills them, that brings meaning, and that perhaps serves to keep them connected to what is purest and most true. When you are felt so intensely, so completely, there is something in you that awakens this call, that sparks this flame in the other's heart. It is not uncommon that upon feeling this call, this person also feels a peace, a comforting presence that reminds them of what is essential, what is true, and which renews their spirit, as if your very existence was a living reminder of the beauty and intensity of life. Some connections arise to be a mirror, to reflect back what we often have difficulty seeing in ourselves. When this person feels you, it is as if they are facing a reflection of their own soul, a presence that silently reveals what is most profound, both in its light and in its shadows. This connection serves to reveal the truth, to uncover what is hidden, bringing to light not only affection but also challenges, the lessons that need to be learned. Often we are drawn to someone who reflects our own internal issues, our deepest desires, and even our wounds, as if the soul recognizes in the other a guide or a journey companion, a being who holds the key to unlocking certain parts of our own heart. This person, by constantly feeling you, is not just recalling moments or memories. They are actually reactivating parts of themselves that connect with something sacred, something they perhaps have not found elsewhere. It is a reminder of what is divine and eternal, a silent reminder that keeps them aware that there is more in the universe, something that transcends human understanding. This constant connection is in itself a form of prayer, a way to connect with the mystery of existence and renew faith in what is unseen but felt with an inexplicable depth. When two souls meet and recognize each other, an invisible portal opens, and this passage allows both to feel each other, no matter how far apart they are. This continuous presence, this constant feeling, is an effect of this portal, as if distance were just an illusion, a detail incapable of interrupting the flow of energy that traverses time and space to keep this connection alive. It is a love that is not bound by physical limitations, but flows freely, always seeking a way to meet, a means to manifest, to reach the other. Feeling someone so intensely is also proof that our energies are capable of communicating independently of the physical. By thinking of you, this person sends a vibrational wave that crosses space and time and reaches your spirit, almost like a gentle breeze that touches the face, like a presence that envelops you without you knowing where it comes from. It is a communication that transcends words, that does not require explanations, because it is in its essence a language of the soul. This contact is often the way the soul finds to remind the other that they are not alone, that there is someone who feels them, who understands them, and who embraces them on a plane of pure energy and light. Often this connection manifests in dreams, during moments of meditation, or even in instances when the heart quiets and becomes receptive to what lies beyond common consciousness. It is in these moments of tranquility that the presence of the other is felt with greater intensity, like an energy that envelops, that embraces, that brings an inexplicable peace. The soul, in its wisdom, recognizes the call of the other, and it is as if for a brief moment both unite again, remembering what has always been eternal, the bond that was never broken. This union is not limited to the physical plane and is often a spiritual experience that elevates, transforms, and heals. When a connection is so deep, it also awakens a process of self-discovery in both parties. The sensation of being constantly felt by someone awakens a series of emotions and reflections in the heart. Questions arise, and each one leads to a new level of understanding. This bond is not there just to comfort, but also to challenge, to expand the perception of what is possible, of what is real, and of what it truly means to love. The presence of the other is often the catalyst of an internal transformation, a force that drives us to seek, to understand, and to embrace our own essence. For the one who feels, this constant connection is a source of strength and inspiration, a reminder that true love transcends what is visible and what is tangible. In feeling you, this person is led to explore their own depths, to question what it truly means to be connected, what it means to love purely, without demands or conditions. It is a journey that leads them back to their own heart, reminding them of their own capacity to love and to surrender to what is most sacred and divine. This constant presence, this feeling that doesn't fade, is a testimony to the strength of the bonds that unite two souls. It reveals that true love is a flame that does not extinguish, that withstands time and circumstances, and that remains alive no matter what happens. This connection is, in the end, a reminder of what is eternal, of what transcends all limitations, and that when two souls truly find each other, they never lose one another. This constant feeling is in fact a silent promise, a certainty that no matter where they are, their souls will always find a way to connect, to feel, and to love each other. This constant feeling, this presence that remains alive, is proof that there are connections that defy understanding. When a person feels you at every moment, it's as if the very universe conspires to keep this flame burning, which shines in the invisible, but that, paradoxically, reveals itself in every small sign, in every heartbeat. This kind of connection is not common, and perhaps that's why many, upon experiencing such closeness, feel transformed and, on some level, awakened to what is deepest and most genuine. The bond you share goes beyond affection. It touches the roots of the soul, the oldest and unspeakable layers of being. It is a connection that speaks of what is eternal, of what does not break even in the face of the forces of time or the inevitable changes of life. When someone feels you so deeply, what is revealed is not just a memory, but a silent commitment, a promise that both carry, consciously or not, to support each other, to guide each other, and to find each other again whenever necessary. This incessant presence is an invitation for both to explore the depths of their own hearts. Each sensation, each intuition, is an open window to self-awareness, a reflection of the parts of you that seek to be seen, understood, and ultimately, loved. The strength of this bond is a constant reminder that, on some level, we are all connected to something greater, something that guides, protects, and most importantly, gives meaning to our existence. If you have ever experienced this feeling of being sensed by someone, if you have perceived this inexplicable connection with another soul, you know how powerful this feeling is. Sharing your experiences can be a way to strengthen this understanding and find others who also live this reality. After all, it is by talking and reflecting on these connections that we discover how they shape us, transform us, and awaken us to a deeper and more meaningful existence. Sign up now to receive more content that explores the spiritual side of human connections, and leave your comment about what you felt while reading about these invisible links. We want to know, have you ever had the feeling of being sensed by someone? Has this type of connection marked your life? Leave a like if this text touched your heart, and together, let's continue exploring the wonders and mysteries of the connections that guide us beyond the visible.